Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. So, Taurus, if you looked at the spirit messages, I wanted to do something this month that kind of helped us move forward into 2020 by releasing any baggage or anything that may be holding us back. Now, for some of you, you may have already done healing and been working on this throughout the year. So, this may give you an indication of where you're at within your growth and how you've been doing throughout the year and what you're walking into 2020 with. For some, you may have had a hard time and maybe you haven't started on some of these things and you're going into 2020 with some extra baggage or things that you don't feel connected to, or maybe you don't want to bring into 2020. Now, we got to be honest, a month and a half is not a lot of time to make major changes, but it could show you if you're working or moving towards the path that you want to, as far as your spiritual growth, or at least opening up doors and removing obstacles when you move into the new year. So let's see what we got. We're going to be using the Tough Shit Tarot, and I like it because it's very direct, straight to the point, doesn't pull any punches. Some people love this deck, even though it can be brutal sometimes. So let's see. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus for 2020. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus for 2020. What's up, Voodoo? Your current love interest is a great fit for you, but you're showing affection in an unhealthy way. If you aren't careful, you may drive them away. This card appears for those who have very high standards. It serves as a reminder to first hold yourself to those standards before pushing others to change. If you discover that your expectations don't work for yourself, they will certainly not work for those around you. Be flexible and forgiving of yourself and others. You're currently playing out the energy of outdated childhood beliefs. This card is a reminder to embrace and heal your inner child in order to become clear in the present moment. You're dissatisfied with the outcome of a recent decision. Things didn't go quite as planned. Once you accept responsibility for your choices, you can forgive yourself and grow and move on. This card indicates loneliness, disconnection, and possibly depression. You're not physically showing up in your life. Start by taking a shower, dressing up, and spending a little time out the house. 15 minutes of people watching could do you good and can also help you develop confidence to get involved in some local groups. Your constant quest for professionalism is a source of physical illness in your body. Try opening your mind to something you never believed you could accept, and you will experience a positive change in your body. All right, let's see how it goes. Okay, for some of you, let's get to the main thing, and this is childhood beliefs. This is reprogramming things that may have been said that are still sticking with you and keeping you stagnant or keeping you moving on, keeping you from moving on. This could be conversations with people in your life. And for some reason, I get a lot of male or masculine energy. So this could have even been with a father figure, uncle, brother. Some of you may have dealt with somebody that kind of either questioned your ability. This could be somebody who makes you feel like you're not worthy, or you're not good enough for this, or you don't have the skill set for this, or you'll never be anything. For some of you, I feel like this is something that kind of replays in your head that kind of stops you. It's like you can move to a point, but then you hit that brick wall. For some of you, you may need to go ahead and start dealing with letting go or reprogramming things that you know are not true. Now, for some of you, you may not know this. You may 100% believe this. Oh, I don't deserve that, or that shouldn't come to me, or I shouldn't do this because it's not right for me. But it is showing for a lot of you that this way of thinking is just there to limit you, to hold you back. And it was some person's way of control, manipulating you so that you couldn't achieve things that you needed to. And for some of you, you tend to gravitate towards relationships that still give you that same type of energy. Oh, you're not good enough, or you don't deserve this. So some of you may literally, even with the love card showing that you're in a relationship that could actually be good for you, but for some of you, you don't see it. You could be with somebody who's very or overly possessive. Like, I don't want you going anywhere. Call me all the time. Let me know when you make it home. Stalking you. Or you could be somebody who's very indifferent in a relationship. Like, you could have a partner. Well, why you don't call? Why you're not checking on me? And it's because I got things to do. So for some of you, this upbringing could be affecting the way you deal with people and your relationships that you have with people. It is showing that there is some need to disconnect with this, which means that you need to either reprogram or fill that void with positive affirmations like I am worthy. I do deserve this. I am capable. For some of you, this may have been childhood trauma that kind of really got in your head and you struggle with this. And for a lot of you, it's been a lifetime thing. It's like you did this through your childhood and you're still struggling with it in your adulthood. Now, it is showing that you have the means to get past this. For some of you, this may be therapy. For a few of you, you may look into some alternative therapy. This could be meditation, affirmations, working with spiritual healers. But it is showing that there is openings that bring you into a better place where you feel more confident with what you're doing and who you are. Definitely feel for a few of you that there could be issues with male or masculine energy when it comes to being intimidated or feeling like you have no power. So for some of you, you're going to have to get past that. You may have to address or confront people in your life that you feel like are holding you back. For some of you, it won't be what you think because your perception is what causes the blockage. It may be the person is really not trying to hold you back, but because you've dealt with a type of energy like that before, you immediately assume that this is what this person is trying to do. Now, for some of you, you really are going against somebody who is not trying to help you grow. They're not trying to open doors. And for a few of you, you may have to cut that energy out of your life. Whether you are with the family or this is somebody that you're married, you may have to really reevaluate your connection with this person. For some, maybe counseling or therapy counseling or couples counseling can help you move past it. But you have to be careful, Taurus, that you're not gravitating or getting caught in cycles where you're dealing with people who keep putting you down, who keep that because they make you feel comfortable. It's almost like a double-edged sword. You know, I don't like how you talk to me and what you say to me, but I can't leave you alone. And it's because I'm used to it. So I need that. So you got to be really cautious that you don't connect with people that really are not the best for you or don't have the best intentions for you just because you're comfortable or you become complacent in that energy. Now, it is showing for some of you, you're dealing with feeling being isolated, disconnected, loneliness, depression. You could be in a place in your life where things are not moving the way you want, and it's because of stagnant energy of feeling limited. For some of you, this could be a thought process where you're hearing things over and over. Don't move. You can't do this. You won't be able to survive. Don't take this job. You're not going to be good. Whatever it is, it's showing that it could be affecting the way that you're showing up in life. For some of you, you could be not dressing. You may not be feeling like you need to be around people because I'm getting a lot of hermit energy where people are pulling away. And I think it's because of the heaviness. For some of you, you don't want to be rejected. You don't want the judgment. You don't want people looking at you and telling you how you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be. And for some, this may be a time to even look into medication or looking into some type of therapy that may help you get past this hump. Won't apply to everybody, but if you need it, you need it. It is showing for a few that there's this thing of wanting to be perfect, wanting people to look at you a certain way, needing that validation. And it could be that you're surrounding yourself around people who aren't giving you that. And that could be where your that brick wall is for you. It's like, okay, I made it this far. Why am I not going any further? And you got to look around at the people that you're dealing with and really see who's bringing what into your life. Are they encouraging you? Are they supporting you? Are they opening doors for you? If they are, then no, that's your soul family. Those are the people you need to be with. If you're dealing with people that constantly criticize and put you down and make you feel like you have no power, then those are the ones that you need to cut away. For some of you, it's just that you want to be seen in a certain way that you're allowing yourself to be in negative relationships or environments because you feel like at some point the payoff will be for you. But you have to also realize that you're sacrificing a big part of yourself to fit into something that maybe is not your thing. It is showing dissatisfaction and discontentment, which means some of you are bored with situations that no longer serve you. You may feel obligated to people for whatever reason. I can't walk away from this because I'm obligated for you. Or I can't do better because, you're not doing better. So we both have to suffer. We both have to sacrifice. Some of you have been hurt by people and you're afraid to open up to new energy. Um, I do get possessiveness. So some of you, there could be this codependency where it's like, I don't want to be alone, but I keep attracting the wrong people, or I keep pulling the wrong people into my life because for whatever reason, they make you feel comfortable. And it could be almost like the beast that you know. So I do feel for some of you, there's this accountability that's coming in where you have to really start saying, do I really need this person in my life? Why are you there? What do you bring to the table? Are you there to help me? And for some of you, it literally is releasing from childhood beliefs that are really outdated. Like, I got to be friends with you because you're my cousin, because you're my blood, or I have to make this work with you because we have children together, or I have to, put up with you because we work together. No, you don't. You can set healthy boundaries with people and say, I deserve better, and make sure that you get better. For some of you, it really is wanting the respect, but not being really sure how to get it. Now, it is showing that you're moving towards something where you could be pushed out in a little bit of the limelight or getting some type of status. And for some of you, this is going to be a little bit challenging because you feel like if you do this, you have to be perfect, or things have to be perfect or fall into place. No, they don't. You just have to be prepared. For some of you, this really is a work in progress. You're changing things, you're getting opportunities, but you have to learn how to kind of stand on your own and not worry about what other people are saying, or not listening to voices in your head that are telling you that you don't deserve it. Because if you made it there, you absolutely deserve it. If you worked for it, you deserve it. So I do feel for a lot of you that there is this disconnect, not feeling like you blend in with people, not feeling like you always belong. And for a lot of us, we don't. We're different. There's nothing to say that everybody has to be the same. If you look at my background and you see all the skulls and everything that is there, you don't go to too many people's houses where they have all this, but this is who I am. I make no apologies about it, and the people who love me, they understand it. Trust me, if you're holding out for a soul family, you can find a soul family. The key with it, Taurus, is not settling for people who are not your family. And it doesn't always have to be blood. It is finding a comfort. And I feel like for a lot of you, that is the major thing. You want to be grounded. You want family. But you also don't want to be bored. You don't want to feel like you are not a part of something that is special, or something. Sorry, y'all, it's a little fly that came in here. Something that is bigger, that excites you, that brings some type of adventure, excitement into your life. Make sure you don't settle going into 2020, especially if you have been settling, if you've been with people throughout this year and it's like, I don't really want to be with you, but you know what, I can't do better. Yes, you can. If you're in a job where you're like, oh, I'm not happy here, I'm not making the money, but I don't have the education or the skill set, you can get that. Or you may already have it. You just have to open that door and take that limitation off of you. Some of you really are battling programming, what you think in your head. And it could be with relationships with your father or a father figure. If this person is still alive and you're able to go and talk and maybe rectify it, try it. If they have transitioned, then there could be writing a letter and releasing it, letting it go. Whatever it is, you're kind of being bound to something that doesn't really have to be there to hold you back. It could be something that is released, and it's showing that for a lot of you, when you release it, it helps you move forward into a very, I want to say, eye-opening space in your life where it's like, wow, I can have this. Wow, I do deserve this. Wow, this is for me. For a lot of you, you may have already come into that energy this year where you're like, okay, this is good. Things are opening up. People are seeing me for who I am. My skill set is standing out. And you're feeling really, really happy and excited about it. And for a few of you, there's still that little bit of that fear. Do I deserve this? And you do. So you kind of have to go into 2020 saying, you know what? I'm working really hard. I'm making some changes, and I'm going to cut away things that are holding me back because I deserve it. I am worthy. I do need this. And if you're intimidated with masculine energy, whether it's male or a female in the physical, you have to start going back to the origin and figuring out why. If you had issues with a father figure, or maybe even a female that was very masculine, that was dominant, you have to kind of ask yourself, what do I need to let go? Maybe not all the memories, but maybe there's certain aspects of that relationship that you need to let go of that are really not hoping you grow. And it could be a cut and clear moment of saying, you know what, I deserve this. And even though they may have not understood that at the time, I understand it now. So there's a lot of growth that's coming in. Try not to be too possessive in your relationship, Taurus. For a lot of people, I'm getting the energy of, I can do it, but you can't do it. I don't want you to be with other people. I don't want you to do this. I need to keep up with you. And a lot of that is trust issues. Some of you could be dealing with abandonment issues where you don't want that. And so you're putting people that you love in chokeholds because of that. Or either you're controlling your aspects or your relationships with people because it makes you feel good. Make sure that you're not alienating people and pushing people away because you can't be vulnerable and you can't be honest. For some of you, that's going to be part of your growth in 2020 is being open and saying, this is who I am. Let me let you in. These are some of the things that I've gone through. Let me share this with you. And it's showing for a lot of you that you're getting to a place where you're going to open up there. You become more vulnerable and it actually opens up relationships. And there's more of a meaningful connection and just not the surface thing that a lot of you don't want. A lot of you want that soul family, that soul tribe, that connection where you can say, this is where I'm supposed to be. And it makes sense and it opens up doors. It opens up opportunities for me because you're with people who support you. So Taurus, don't limit yourself. Forgive the people that you need to forgive. Reprogram the things that do not serve you anymore. Be open to opportunities that are coming in. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to understand that a lot of things that you worked hard for, you do deserve. You deserved it. A lot of you put this energy and time in many years back. You planted the seed and now you're moving towards your harvest. If you don't allow yourself to partake in that harvest, what is it for? All the sacrifice, all the pain, all the purging. So some of you are on that threshold where that maybe that last conversation that you kind of have to wipe out your head and say, you know what, I'm better than that. I deserve better. And then you can rewrite your script from that point on. All right, Taurus, I love you guys.